Rhea is super popular both in and outside of wrestling. Go on TikTok right now, people gravitate towards her. And sure, if you want to now go back.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up?
Yo, what up? It's Ahmad J back at another video. Today we're about to be getting into a WWE video, and the video is going to be by What Culture Wrestling, and it's going to be called 8 Times WWE's Triple H Was a God Tier Booker. Yeah, I guess this is some positive shit. This is literally some positive shit, bro. And I'll be like getting into all the negative aspects, and I'll always give Triple H his credit though. He do his shit, but like sometimes he's wrong, but like we gotta get some good aura up right now. Let's get into the video.
Let us get some positivity back into wrestling, because yes, there's lots of bad out there, but there's some good too, and we should feel happy about this mad thing we're plunging hours of our time into. I mean, one day we're gonna be dead. So let's turn our attention to Triple H and his role as the dude booking WWE and shout out some of his proper home runs, because there's a lot of them. Arguably, these are the best. Number 8, Kevin Owens. In general, I genuinely think Kevin Owens is one of the best wrestlers ever, and most certainly of modern times. I mean, the dude can do it all, but it kind of feels like Triple H feels the same way. It's not like he was responsible for this, because really anything Owens has done in WWE has been great, or he just went out of his way to make sure that it worked. At the end of 2024, though, KO launched into a feud with Cody Rhodes, and man, this was gold. It started by Kevin attacking Cody by his bus, and that didn't even happen on motherflubbing TV, and it was confirmed after the fact that yes, that was a Triple H idea. They did it backstage where fans could see, and of course this was recorded and shared on social media. It was happening in 2026.
That was a good ass idea. This was like a good different type of angle, and that didn't have to be, produced on TV and shit, and that didn't have to be filmed. It was just seen by fans. So like that was pretty much a good ass idea. And I like the Triple H aspect of him pushing Kevin Owens, but I just wish like KO can get a title run, because he's been at this where he just like lost multiple times. He's still a good wrestler and he does good promos that kind of lets him skate by. But at the same time, you wish he can get a title run, because like he's lost so many times and he just hasn't like, got that done since like 2016, 2017, where he actually was the champion. But man,
Also, another rumor that WWE did this is range. He was serious, he was funny, he was unhinged, he broke the fourth wall. I will sum it up by saying they were excellent. I would say it led to the widespread belief that, oh man, KO is really underappreciated, when all of a sudden his appreciation increased, or something. I think his presence was glaringly missed as well when he did go down with a neck injury soon after, and man, I hope he can return one day, with health and happiness first and foremost. But that dude is a legend, not only Triple H, good grief, he showed it. Number 7, Cody finishes the story. So sure, once again, this started before Triple H had the reins properly, and we recently did learn that Cody Rhodes was going to win the world title at WrestleMania 39, when a pitch swayed people's mind, and it was delayed to WrestleMania 40. And yes, who made that final call? It was Vince McMahon. Sums it up. It did sort of raise the stakes because Mania 40 had the anniversary stigma attached to it, so WWE had to get it right. I think we can all agree in hindsight they did, and the ending to the Roman Reigns-Cody match is near perfect for how WWE serves its wrestling. It was just nailed on. Even the madness and pivots helped because it created a groundswell around Cody, and it gave us The Rock's final boss. You'll remember after the Royal Rumble, it being made very clear Rock versus Roman was going to be the focus, where it all kicked off. A weekend of social media action saw all of it change again, but it was for the best. That angle on Raw, with The Rock destroying Rhodes in the rain, is all time. The Sunday main event also had real jeopardy to it, because if WWE was tempted to do it before, maybe they would do it again, when John Cena, Seth Rollins, and even flipping The Undertaker arrived to help the American Nightmare. It was Wrestling Avengers, and it was laugh out loud levels of fun.
that was a beautiful moment, bro, to like get what we kind of expected as like a Roman versus Rock. I still want that to happen, but like not in that way. It was kind of like that moment was just weird, because the moment was just like, oh, get out the way, little guy. I know you just won the championship, but like the boss is here, and I'm just gonna face Roman right now and take your spot. Like that's what I kind of felt like it as. You could tell Cody didn't want that shit to happen, and I'm glad Triple H made that final. Not final call, but I'm glad he made that call to just book this, because that shit would have ended terrible, because you had the nigga lose the previous year, then he doesn't get his revenge or no triumph.
Triple H was the main decision maker at this time. You do have to give him some props because it was just a hoot. I mean, we all take wrestling very seriously, but that doesn't mean you can forget the entertainment part. And that's what this was. Also, it ended with Cody as the WWE champion, which is what we wanted. He finished the story. That was the whole point. Hero wins. Great stuff. Number 6, the rise of Jade Cargill. When Jade Cargill signed with WWE in September 2023, it felt like the idea was a big push within days. That is not what we got. She wasn't put on TV until the 2024 Royal Rumble, and hi, go watch that. She's great in it. It's pitched perfectly. Let's push her strengths. That continued as well because Cargill was put with Bianca Belair, and that was never going to be bad. Not only did it mean we could once again focus on Jade's hot tag, the team felt special because of how well they bounced off each other. They also won the women's tag team titles twice, and while those belts would often vanish from TV, they felt like stars. It was a symbiotic relationship. Cargill then got injured in the storyline, which led to another great angle. I mean, just as Naomi was going to kick off the 2025 Elimination Chamber, Jade returned and ruined this woman as Bianca freaked out trapped in her pod. Cool. I still think it's a shame that soon after this she didn't get some proper feuds, but you can't deny she feels like a star.
Yeah, the rise of Jade Cargill has been a pretty good one. I see a lot of people like seeing her improvements because there was a lot of flack she was getting when she came into WWE, but at least I'm glad she took that time to get paired with Bianca Belair to get like way better, and people overall like her. But like her booking right now is kind of looking shaky. They need to put some more women on like SmackDown with some star power. That's what they're doing right now. I can tell because they got Jordan Grace. I was about to say the wrong name, but they got like some pretty good people on there, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what she's about to do next or what type of feud she's about to get in.
Has that aura around her, and that's because of the last year or so. We even timed the heel turn well to ensure the momentum did continue, so I think all of this has been very good. I understand that Jay does have her detractors, but I am pretty sure that they could be put in charge of Cargill's creative, and even then, they would go on the internet to insult themselves. You know what I'm talking about. Number 5, the return of CM Punk. On the 2nd of September 2023, CM Punk left AEW. Wasn't a huge surprise as All Elite Wrestling were upset with Punk following the All In incident, and let's face it kind of felt like Punk wanted out too. People will pretend otherwise now, but thankfully the internet never forgets, and yep, nobody thought he was going to go to WWE. There was hope, of course, but most assumed the fractured relationship from years prior.
It was such a surprise, bro, because you was just like you said right there on the shirt, hell froze over. You would never think they would have like CM Punk back after all after that shit ended so badly. And this kind of just proves it that like people could bury the hatchet.
Would be too much. That turned out we were wrong. If anything, it happened faster than anybody expected because at the Survivor Series, CM Punk did walk out after the War Games. The pop he got was ridiculous, and this was after the very well documented fallout with Triple H back during his first run, and as we found out, the two had hashed all this out with a phone call. Whoever they were is not who they are, so let's figure it out. And they did. Since that point, I think it's been fair to say Punk's round 2 could not have gone better. There's been no backstage shenanigans, and he remains as over now as ever. He gets huge pops on Raw every week, and he even won the World Championship to cheers and happiness. He is officially a mega babyface. The partnership went so well it even sparked an AJ Lee comeback, something else most thought was totally impossible. Even if it did go bad tomorrow, nobody could fault it up to this point, but I imagine if you wanted to see CM Punk back in WWE, you have to be over the moon, sat up there looking at stars. It even feels like Punk will have a role backstage after the fact. So if you want to call this one of the biggest 180s in wrestling history, well, you should. Also, surely Triple H must have sat down and said some positive things to him, because again, back in 2013, these two did not like each other. So it goes to show a lot can happen in a decade, and I actually think CM Punk being back is
Bro, this proves that like if like a conversation could just fix everything, and a lot of man to man could just like fix everything. Just talk it out, hash it out, say what you guys don't like about each other, but you guys respect each other. That kind of like give you guys like a deeper meaning to like understanding each other. But like years down the road, we're gonna remember this moment and remember CM Punk coming back to WWE because we never would have thought it would happen. Like I kept having like so many false hopes when they were kept, when they gets kept like cheering CM Punk on Raw, SmackDown, just a lot of like them just like is CM Punk gonna come back? Is CM Punk gonna come back? And we finally got the payoff. Like it must have been like a couple of years later, but at least Wrestling fans at heart appreciate that.
Better for all, let's hope it continues. Number 4, the rise of Rhea Ripley. People forget just how over Rhea Ripley is. There are some maniacs who think she refuses to lose or other nonsense, but it is ridiculous. Rhea is super popular both in and outside of wrestling. Go on TikTok right now, people gravitate towards her. And sure, if you want to now go back to the old WWE, back in the day, I don't think they even knew how to make a woman a superstar on the level of the men, or maybe they just didn't want to. Trish Stratus came close, but she was opening the door, and while Becky Lynch was the biggest female star they ever had, Vince McMahon seemingly had to be talked into this. I mean, it's all out there. It was not the same with Triple H as much like he had done in NXT. He did his best to bring parity to the women's game. Look, it has not been perfect, but no matter what metric you use, Rhea Ripley has become massive. She sells merchandise, she gets reactions, she can go in the ring. Like I've already said, she appeals to an outside base, and really it's just been awesome to see. Now there are many others who can be thrown into this list today, but it feels like Rhea was the one who spurned this on. Triple H put his faith in the Nightmare and boom, it worked. Shouldn't have done that. It's been a net positive to say the least, and as I am talking to you,
I felt like it got kicked off more when the Judgment Day kind of got into it, and she got more popular with Dominic. She was popular already, I can get you that, but like it got more ramped up when they started like doing a little dynamic together.
the women's division of Raw and SmackDown is in such a healthy place, but for goodness sake, it must continue. Number 3, the NXT call-up system. Now, I do have my issues with this. As awesome as it was seeing Trick Williams, Jordan Grace, and Javon Evans get the main roster trigger pulled, they all arrived in similar.
Side note, I really wish Javon Evans at least held like at least a secondary title in NXT or even an NXT title. I know that's kind of, you know, yeah, a long shot, but like they called him up too fast, man. Let him get a title run before he come up, because that shit kind of sucks.
Fashion. They appeared on Raw and SmackDown, they're a free agent, then magically they were signed. It was different for Obafemi, who got the big hype video package, but even so, go back in time and compare this to the old ways, it's night and day. I mean, when Oba first arrived, he confronted Cody Rhodes, and Trick was yelling at Randy Orton. That's massive. It just gives hope to your favorite wrestlers in NXT and what their future may be. I mean, go back and watch a Bo Dallas or The Ascension. It was like WWE didn't know what was going on in their own company. Would you remember Karrion Kross? What the flub was that? Vince McMahon even wanted Adam Cole to be a manager. So yes, more long-term plans would make it even better, but at least now you arrive as a star and not somebody that has to start again. Thank goodness for that. That was the whole point of NXT, to get you ready. You shouldn't then have to go into a round 2. Number 2, Bron Breakker's rookie year. Because it was so damn well handled. And sure, Bron Breakker is a one-of-a-kind talent who just gets pro wrestling, but we have seen them before. If you get the booking wrong, it does not matter. You're gonna crush him into the ground. Triple H saw this too, and he just went out there and made it work. Even when Bron threw Ricochet into a car window and wrote it off TV, there was something to this, and his feud with Sami Zayn was great. He also became the Intercontinental Champion, and before long, Breakker was an obvious main eventer, and all that took less than a year. He also joined forces with Seth Rollins and the Vision, who were meant to be the top heel group on Raw, and whether forced or not, that pivot ruled. He speared Seth long before anyone thought this group was at an end. He stepped into his own limelight, and he won. Even losing to CM Punk saw him return as a bigger monster after the fact, and by the time you hear this, I imagine he is the WWE champion.
I hope so, because they did him dirty at the Royal Rumble, bro. I would Triple H got some good booking. I don't want to keep bringing up trying to like negative stuff in this video, but like it was atrocious. Like I hope they do some good shit with him.
A matter of time. It's gonna happen, and so it should. And you just know that Bron Breakker is going to be main eventing many of WrestleMania for years to come, and that's something else that should happen. It's rare to hear a negative voice against Bron, and that's because as soon as he did debut on the main roster, we got this right. Number 1, Naomi gets the nod. Even before Naomi did go heel in 2025, it was clear we could do more with her. She was just
This shit made me so happy, bro. Bro, Naomi been underrated for so many years.
Smashing it every single week and making it work. We just needed something, and that something was turning on Jade Cargill and, I suppose, throwing her into a car. As soon as this was revealed, Naomi started to cut the most unhinged promos, and she came across like a different person. It was so well done, it didn't even matter. We did the classic, well, I'm a bad guy now, so I'm going to come out to rock music and change my look. Naomi just made everything click. By the time she won the women's title, people were cheering as well, and yeah, I get get it, that's an issue with modern wrestling when it comes to baby faces and heels, but it felt earned and it felt deserved. She had been doing great work. I don't think this would have happened under Vince McMahon, as he had slotted Naomi in at a very specific position. And let's not forget the whodunit with Jade and Bianca was super duper fun. We didn't rush it either, made sure it play out. Everybody could benefit from some Naomi treatment. Of course, she left TV due to a pregnancy, so all the best to her and Big Jim. As she said though, when she is good to come back, it's gonna be great. She'll be right back where she needs to be, and all of that has been awesome. And look, that was never gonna happen before Triple H, so you gotta give him a wink. Well, not a wink, just say thanks. No any other 10 years.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that shit would never happen in Vince McMahon's WWE. He likes to pick whoever he wants to that looks good, and you know, specifically, I don't know what be going on in that old man's brain, but we got to give a lot of like good pointers to Triple H and a lot of more positivity, because I know some of his takes and some of his decisions right now don't be looking good, but we got to stay positive and, you know, kind of give him his flowers for like making a whole bunch of stuff that probably, you know, make a whole bunch of stars that probably wouldn't even be getting opportunities today. So a lot of people, a lot of them agreed with that too. But hey, if you guys enjoyed that video, go check out What Culture Wrestling and like and subscribe to my video if you enjoyed my reactions. I got all of my WWE reactions into a playlist if you want to go check them out, and I'll catch you guys later.